In one of the finest coastal sites of the Mediterranean stands the Kasbah of Algiers, a unique kind of Medina. A small city which was built on a hill goes down towards the sea, divided into two, the high city and the low city. At the cultural heart of Algiers, we find the Ketchaoua Mosque that was built during the Ottoman rule. The mosque, known for its unique fusion of Moorish and Byzantine architecture, was originally built in 1612 and converted into a church in the French rule, then was demolished and rebuilt again. And despite the transitions over two different religious faiths, the mosque has retained its original grandeur and is one of the major attractions of Algiers. The UNESCO declared this Kasbah wonder a World Heritage Site in 1992 as part of the Old City. Mohammed Sidi Yakhlef, a tourist guide, accompanies tourists of all ages and nationalities and makes them discover the beauty of the landscapes and monuments all year long. But this year, he decided to do it even during the holy month of Ramadan. Mohammed tells them about the region's history and its artistic value.
The turnout today is from different ages, and people we are seeing here are locals and even foreigners. We show people Kasbah alleys around, and we tell them about customs and traditions and the history of the region for about 2 hours before iftar. We take the tourists on a guided tour to define the landmarks and the antique Kasbah. Then we go to break our fast in a group and a family atmosphere in the old houses of the Kasbah, which became a host for tourists. Today we're seeing a turnout from councils and foreigners from Europe, America, Australia, and other continents and countries, and especially during the holy month of Ramadan. Some immigrants like to come because they miss their home and like to spend a day in antique places. We have reminded the elder who used to live in the Kasbah of their time and of beautiful souvenirs.
Walking a few meters away from the Ketchaoua Mosque, in the narrow streets of the Medina, we find Dar Mustafa Basha. The castle was a palace for the day of Algiers Mustafa Basha, edified in 1798, and which has now become a museum that houses miniature of illumination art and calligraphy. The museum's mission is to promote research and creativity by implementing various programs and activities aimed at deepening visitors' knowledge of illumination, miniature, and calligraphy. Born from the will of a young entrepreneur, Riyad Atman made this restaurant meet the standards of catering and hospitality. Conscious of the importance of his role in preserving the tradition of the Kasbah and its identity, our young entrepreneur planned this new project. The original concept of the project consists of making the guests to spend a day in the shoes of a son of the Kasbah.
So we have started our business 3 years ago, and thanks God we have become well known. This place was the first hammam in the Kasbah and was built in 1575 by Hassan Basha. We used to offer spa services, but we changed our activity and transformed the hammam into a traditional restaurant where we host local tourists and even foreign ones and take them on a guided tour. As usual, every Ramadan or festive season we organize activities as we are doing now. A guided tour in the lower Kasbah, a traditional iftar, a lively evening with the shabby music creating a good atmosphere, henna for children, a shooting with Algerian karakou and hayek. We have a turnout from families, so children, teenagers and elders are included. And we even host foreigners and embassies. So in the Kasbah, you can feel Ramadan vibes as in the past.
Dar Sultan, formerly Hammam Sidna, tells the story of this ancient citadel and its ancestral traditions. Traditional furniture and tableware add a special charm to this restaurant, and for the culinary part, authenticity is flawless. At Dar es-Sultan, you can also eat traditional food just like at home. As in the Kasbah, shorba, burek, tuwum, and full and generous menus with unique flavors. The tourists broke their fast at dawn and had a traditional iftar in a very cozy and convivial atmosphere.
Ramadan in Algeria is something that allows people to know about sharing and to meet up with family, and that's the most important thing. We chose the Kasbah because it's something typical of Algiers. Moreover, it is to find the culture of our ancestors, our grandparents, our great-grandparents, and to taste how Ramadan was spent in their time, and to gather us today. Today with all these families who are here. So it's to live once again the culture that we have here. My family is here today thanks to the agency that I represent, Tirakeft Nitrin. So we ended up here with my family thanks to the agency first. And all the people are here for the same objective. It's sharing. We mustn't forget that we were confined during the pandemic, so it's also to break our daily routines and to relax a little.
After iftar, the Shabian Andalusian music offers more magic and wonder. One of the families in the restaurant decided to surprise their grandmother on her birthday during that special Ramadan night to make it more memorable.
C'est ma première expérience ici à la Kasbah.
It is my first experience here at the Kasbah, first Ramadan that we make an iftar at the lower Kasbah, at Dar es-Sultan, in which we bring people for iftar in the evening with an Algerian orchestra that plays a little bit of all styles. It remains family, friendly. It also allows to get closer to the Algerian culture that we tend to lose these days.
À perdre ces derniers temps.
Iman Bouchouchaï, founder of a travel agency, is one of many Algerians that work hard to promote Algerian tourism.
J'ai fait l'école de l'Horacie.
I graduated from the National School of Tourism of L'Horacie. Then I wanted to open a travel agency, but with the COVID-19 pandemic, it was a little difficult. During the last 2 years, we were trying to survive a little and offer national trips to promote the Algerian destination and make future generations discover Algeria. The main role of my agency is to democratize culture and try to open the minds and to improve the mentality of receiving tourists because we are not used to that, and also to discover our country because we do not know it and we tend to go abroad.
Aux générations à venir.
At the end of the evening, event organizers dyed the hands of the ladies and the girls with henna. The henna paste is used in joyous gatherings and symbolizes good health and prosperity. The beautiful ladies took photos with the traditional hayek and lived the typical day of a person who lives in Algiers. Palaces, ancient monuments, and antique mosques have made the Bride of the Mediterranean one of the most important monuments of heritage that attract tourists from all over the world.